Welcome back to Everybody Eats Podcast, the show where we talk growth mindset, personal development, sports, and more because everybody's got a plate at this table. I'm your host, Mark B. Here with my co-host, the man, the myth, the legend, Wordplay. What's
What
happening?
up, though? Hold on, how you doing, man? We got a guest. Say hi.
Yeah.
That's your Uncle Mark. Say what up, Uncle Mark.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
out of here. What up, though?
Man, nothing, man. What's going on?
I'm air frying chicken and making sure my son is good, because it's a Tuesday night where we at right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a Monday night. Is it Monday or Tuesday?
Man, it's Monday. It's Monday as hell.
Is it?
I think it is. Oh, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Man, these days be running into each other.
Yeah, yesterday was a holiday, so we trying to get stuff together for tomorrow because he got to go to school. So, dad routine going on.
Dad life.
You feel me?
But yeah, man, yeah, man, it's time. We can break down this All-Star game.
What All-Star game? What happened? One took place. That happened. I didn't even know that took place.
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know, man. This weekend, the 2025 NBA All-Star, man, the new format, it has some cool performances and some controversy.
Yeah,
that I think. But yeah, let's get into it. Was the new format a hit or miss?
to me, it was a big old fat miss.
Yeah,
big old fat miss. I hated it. I was talking to our friend Smoke, and we was talking about this is the biggest glaring fact to me, right? I think it was 2 years ago. We had an All-Star game where the winning team scored like 225 points or something like that, right?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
This year to win the All-Star game, they only had to score 80 points.
Yeah, that's weak.
That's crazy. So we saw less buckets. We saw less basketball. I didn't like it. 0 out of 10. I'm with Draymond. It was terrible. I didn't like it.
For those that don't know or don't follow NBA, let's just give them some insight. So the NBA decided to shake things up this year. Instead of the usual East versus West or the drafted teams in the past, we got a 4-team mini tournament. 3 teams were drafted by Shaq, Chuck, and Kenny, with the 4th team was being made up of Candace Parker's Rising Stars.
Which is my goal. That's my female goal, but that's a different subject.
The games were played to 40 points with no shot clock.
Yep.
It sounds like street ball, like it could be like a potential street ball game, right?
Right.
No shot clock. But while the idea was to make some things more competitive, I feel like it ended up feeling a little bit off.
And I don't know if it's... Go ahead.
I looked up something and it said that we only got like 42 minutes of actual basketball stretched out over 3 hours.
That's ridiculous, bro.
It was a lot of waiting around for not much action. And honestly, even the commentary with Kevin Hart, that shit was weak.
Kevin Hart not even funny to me, so.
Bad. I'm like, man, they should definitely. I kind of like Giannis's idea.
USA versus the world.
Yeah.
It's the only feasible idea out there.
Yeah, if they don't go back to the old format of East versus West.
That's what I was about to say.
Even when they did the drafted teams, I feel like that was a little bit better.
That was hard. I liked it. It didn't hit like East versus West, but if you're going to change something up, I feel like that was cool. It kind of gave, the recess that school feel. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like they need to add an incentive. Like, the MLB, they take that serious because the winning conference gets home field advantage.
Right.
In the World Series.
Right.
So, I don't know. They need to, and you see how players, when they play, they want to, in the in-season tournament, they get that check.
Right.
So they really be out there hustling. So I feel like they need to do something like that. They need to offer some kind of incentive because that
we talked about the idea of them, getting paid, like whoever wins East versus West get $1 million. 500,000 go to a charity, 500,000 they get to keep. Or home court advantage in the NBA finals. I personally would like to see them just go back to straight up East versus West, and even how they regular jerseys on. You know what I'm saying?
That
like
was
how they
home.
used to back in the day. I
That
just
was
want an old school All-Star game, and I want them to care and hoop. That's it.
yeah. Because right now the NFL and the NBA is failing in that department.
Yeah, NFL immensely, but that's been for a while, and NBA is getting there.
So despite the format struggles, though, it was still standout moments. Obviously, Shaq's OG's team took the win in the final game.
Yeah,
They beat Team Chuck 41-25. And I guess in some kind of way, a feel-good story was Steph Curry taking home the Kobe Bryant MVP trophy in front
should
of the
have
home
been
field.
Jason Tatum.
Man, that was arguable. I feel like the slam dunk contest might have been the best event of the whole weekend. And then
I agree with that.
even that, I feel like they still need to add something. It got to be people coming out to do that.
Yeah.
I hope next year. I hope Ja, Zach LaVine, and Aaron Gordon. I hope they really do it. Giannis said he'll do it if all them do it, but I feel like they always say that and they get down to that time and then they never do it.
Are they gonna do it?
Exactly.
Ja Morant, Kendrick Perkins made a really good point on ESPN today. Ja Morant, by doing the dunk contest, really has a chance to reinstate himself as far as being one of the faces in the NBA, one of the young faces. So I really feel like he should. I do feel like for him, he should do that for that reason. You get what I'm saying? You've been through so much turmoil as far as your career goes. You are on that trajectory as far as, becoming one of the faces of the league. Hey, it's time, bro. Get back on that path. And the best way to do that, what just happened?
It has stopped. I don't know. We had some technical difficulties.
Sorry about that.
But speaking of the slam dunk contest, Mac McClung, he does it again. Third straight.
Three-peat.
Yeah, he's making it a habit of winning. He secured his third straight dunk contest title. And I mean, some of his dunks were the quality of the dunks that he was doing. I do think that he's up there, and I would really want to see us get some of them NBA players that we know that can compete. Man, go do it, man.
I feel like Vince Carter.
Because outside of him, the competition was like non-existent, really.
The competition was terrible. It's Vince Carter, right? Jason Richardson, Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon, Matt McClung is right there. Talking about modern day, of course, you got Michael Jordan and Dominique and all them before, we got to grace the earth with our presence. But stuff that we've been able to see ourselves, that's top five.
Jason Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
Richard Jefferson.
I don't remember Richard Jefferson in the dunk contest.
Yeah, well, I feel like Baron Davis.
Hey, you didn't go on.
I feel like Nate Robinson.
Nate Robinson, Dwight Howard?
Yeah. So I don't know. They definitely need to do something to change that.
Yeah, I don't know what it's gonna take. The stars really coming out and showing out next year. If we have Giannis, Ja Morant, Zach, and even Matt McClung, bring Matt McClung back. Try to do a 4 in a row. It probably won't happen, especially if the field is like how it is. How we just described it. But you got to get that man the right to defend his title. I think we'll probably see one of the best dunk contests we've ever seen, if that happens.
What else did we? Oh, yeah, the 3-point contest. Tyler Hero stepped up.
Shout out Tyler.
Tyler Hero for taking home the 3-point contest crown. Now, this one did have some firepower in that event.
It did.
So it wasn't props to him for coming out and showing out because it's definitely some shooters in that event for sure.
My boy Cade, I'm a Pistons fan, background on me. My boy Cade did, he participated. We didn't have the showing that we would have liked him, to have, but it was good having a Pistons All-Star participate on All-Star Weekend for the first time since Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about that. I would like to see Steph Curry participate, especially with it being in San Francisco. That didn't happen. But other than that, I do feel like the 3-point contest was pretty solid. I feel like you saw some pretty good shooting.
I feel like as far as the WNBA ratings are starting to go up, I feel like they should start incorporating them in some events more.
And they did last year.
In the celebrity, I think I seen Rakia Jackson.
Yeah.
I think I seen her a couple, but I feel like they should probably do a little bit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they did last year, Sabrina versus Steph. I think Steph won.
No, I think Sabrina did.
Did she?
Yeah, he won the year before.
Okay, so they did it 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Okay.
This year, is something about they couldn't come to whatever that they was trying to do with it.
Because Sabrina just won a championship.
Yeah.
That's why.
Man, speaking of that, man, listen, the Aces is coming back for that.
I'm picking Indiana.
Not yet. I don't think they'll be quite ready yet.
You might be right, but as far as what I can think of right now, off the top of my head, roster changes other than your Las Vegas Aces, they really upgraded their roster this offseason.
So now let's talk about the elephant in the room. The backlash from this All-Star weekend. Absolutely. Fans weren't feeling the overall production of the weekend. The inclusion, I feel like the inclusion of the Rising Stars team in the main event threw some people off.
I didn't like it.
The excessive entertainment segments, like I said, that Kevin Hart, I don't know, not for that. I feel like that took away from the game itself.
Absolutely.
Because at that, people were like, can we just watch basketball? Obviously, man, this time, because there's no more football. So listen, this is what we're trying to do. We're not trying to see Kevin Hart at the All-Star game.
It took away from the game in a literal sense. You made the point earlier about, time spent with ads, time spent doing tributes to people and having 20-year-old white boys shoot from half court against Damian Lillard. Like,
yeah. And I feel like he wasn't even
that.
shooting for real.
Damian Lillard wanted that boy to win.
Did
he didn't ask for that.
No.
So what I would like to see happen is, and I said it earlier, going back to the East-West format.
Yeah.
And just, wearing the old jerseys is just really, really incentivizing these guys to hoop. But one thing I want to talk about is, why don't these dudes want to hoop in the All-Star game anymore? Reason I ask is because I was watching clips of the 2000 All-Star game.
Yeah.
And as far as, like I said, and I can't talk about anything that I haven't seen. So if any old heads see this, owe it to me be only 32. That was one of the better All-Star games, especially in our childhood.
Absolutely.
Why they not hooping like that?
Did AI win MVP that year? Or was that the 2001 or 2002?
I think Allen Iverson did win MVP that year.
He was going off, too.
Going crazy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's something that I feel like the players don't necessarily, they don't never answer this question either.
They don't.
I think people don't want to get hurt. I don't know. I feel like that's just a part of the game.
Getting hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Granted, you don't want to get hurt in an exhibition like that, but you might get hurt playing basketball. You signed up for it, right?
Well, how many times have we really honestly seen somebody get hurt?
Exactly. Never. Not to my knowledge, or at least not severe enough for it to be evident on camera. You get what I'm saying? Question for you. Kind of segue. That's a perfect segue. How do we feel about LeBron's last-minute decision to not participate?
I feel like that just shows that he knew this was this. You know what I mean? I feel like that shows like why.
Feel like it was a protest?
I wouldn't take it that way, but I could see why you would take it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like when you think about it and you're like, man, why would I go do it? Like, we're not really. Yeah, this ain't gonna be competitive. I could just rest.
Yeah.
Because LeBron's about to try to make a finals run, bro.
I agree.
I feel like this season, we're going to end up seeing the Los Angeles Lakers in the finals.
I also feel like, too, to your point, because I feel like it's both, right? LeBron probably is genuinely hurt, but in years past, if he felt like it was for a good reason, he would have still persevered and played, right?
Absolutely.
Wasn't that this year? I don't think LeBron liked the format. And I think that gave him incentive to not play. But then the report comes. Say it again.
No, if LeBron can play, he's going to play.
Exactly. And then the report comes out that he's going to miss games, when the season starts back up on Thursday. So, okay, he is hurt. But the only thing I don't like about it is the fact that he made a selfish decision in the sense of you didn't allow anybody to be a replacement. I didn't like that because there's hella players that deserve to be all-stars this year. And to your point of having a rising stars, playing in the game, why you just don't expand the all-star field? Just let it be more all-stars because we definitely could name 6, 7 more players that could play in the game.
Yeah.
This would have been a year that called for it. But yeah, I didn't want to see Dalton Connect shooting threes Sunday night. I didn't sign up
as
for
you
that.
can see, not even that. It was like even the players had mixed reactions. I feel like Draymond's was probably the most
dramatic.
Yeah. Draymond Green wasn't having it. He straight up said the rising stars shouldn't have been in the main event. And I kind of feel that.
I agree.
SGA said he thought that the changes that have like potential, but they still need some fine tuning, which there's work to do. Man, we got a question. Somebody chimed in. We got a question. This is not about All-Star Weekend, but we go.
Eating this chicken,
We know here how everybody eats, man. Everybody's able to pull up to the table. So let's go ahead and get into this question that one of our viewers asked.
Go ahead, read it, Mark.
How you feel about men getting back into an abusive relationship? Women physically abusive and men emotionally abusive.
Feel like you're doing yourself a disservice. Easy
Absolutely.
question. Don't do it.
Because at the end of the day, I feel like, and I feel like we talked about that before, like maybe even on 1 Hour Loud. I feel like one thing that you should absolutely protect is your peace.
Absolutely.
Anything, and that goes for anybody, like anybody though. Any grown person, I would say. That you are, whatever kind of relationship that it is that you are with that person, I absolutely wouldn't recommend getting back into a abusive relationship.
Son, move. Watch out. I also too feel like you have to value yourself, right?
Absolutely.
In the sense of it's abusive because you just asked the question, you've been able to pinpoint it, right? Why would you go back to a situation that doesn't serve you positively? You got to have more self-respect.
Absolutely.
Ain't that many, bills that need to be paid in the world. There's not that many years put in. I don't care if you've been with that person since Jesus was walking earth. If that person is not abusing you, if that person is abusing you, they don't love you. They don't value you.
And that's any kind of abuse, right? Emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally, all those things. Like, for what?
Right.
And I think it just goes back to like, just know your worth.
Know your worth.
Just know your worth, man.
But yeah. Say it again. Know your worth.
Yeah.
But shout out to that person with a question. Now let's get back to basketball.
Yeah, shout out to that. So the NBA All-Star Weekend was not a success. I'm going to go ahead and say that.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 0, like Draymond said, being absolutely the worst. What would you give it?
That was the worst All-Star Weekend that I've ever witnessed.
You think so?
Yeah. I don't think that was the worst All-Star Weekend that I've ever witnessed. And it depends on how you look at it too, right?
Yeah.
The NBA tried something new, and I respect that.
Right.
But between the slow-paced format, the lack of competitive energy, and the entertainment overkill, they're going to have to go back to the drawing board. I feel like hopefully they take the feedback and definitely give us something better next year.
All-Star game was trash. We agree. I think everybody at the table agrees. He fell asleep on it.
Bro. I was like, I think when you had hit me and was talking about, I forgot the dunk contest was even on.
Yeah.
And then I ended up tapping in for like a little bit, and I was like, yeah, this is weak. This is like one person dunking.
All of Matt McClung's dunks were A1. The degree of difficulty was good, but he wasn't.
And I saw highlights from the Celebrity Game.
I
And
never watched
then
that.
I saw highlights, like a couple, and then the All-Star Game itself. I think I watched the Kenny versus Chuck game,
Mm-hmm.
and I watched most of the Shaq versus the Rising Stars game. No, I watched
Yeah.
most. Yeah, I watched all that. Okay, the last 16 points was competitive. I'll say that.
In the second game, I mean the championship game.
No, in the first round game, in the semifinal game
The first one.
with Shaq's OGs and the Rising Stars.
Oh, you know what? That actually was kind of cool because I feel like the Rising Stars gave them a run for their money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't watch, honestly, I didn't watch none of the championship game.
You didn't miss anything.
Because just knowing, I knew that Shaq's OGs was going to win in the first place.
Yeah. I think everybody knew that. I don't know what the lines were on FanDuel
When I
and
seen,
DraftKings.
I think they had them like minus 8.5 in every game.
Yeah, see, that's ridiculous. How do we feel about, and I hate, it's not a question. Let me preface my statement. I hate to be a hater, but I don't ever want to see Jello rap again.
Hey, I was talking, I said, you want to know something? I said, to be honest, this song, what is that?
I might swerve in that corner. Whoa,
whoa. Yeah. To be honest, the only thing that was really good about that was is the hook.
I like we said, kicking with my Memphis Twins. That's it.
The hook was nice and it gets you, you know what I mean? But anything else, I'm like, well, it's really that. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't know. Do we have any more songs?
I've never heard another song from this man, and quite frankly, I don't want to. Me and the bro Smoke was talking. Shout out to Smoke again. And we talked about how this song is not gonna make it. It's not gonna make it past the spring. And quite honestly, if you ask me, I think it's dead already.
You might hit somebody gonna play it in the club.
Stop playing with my boy Jello top like that. Jello need to quit playing with us.
Man, for real. He's playing in our face with that trash ass music.
Yeah. How about this too? One thing I noticed from all these people that, you know, kind of make it overnight, so to say, is that there's no artist development with it. And like this man, I thought he was going to die because he couldn't breathe. Really legit thought he was going to pass away. So for one thing I do, because I'm an artist, I rap to myself while I'm running. That helps with my breath control. But also too, man, you got to practice, man. I don't think these people be practicing for real. Like, go run through your routine.
Yeah.
There's no artist development anymore. And that was on pure display with Jello. And also another thing that was on pure display is about, it's not how talented you are, it's how close in proximity you are to somebody that can put you on. Because there's no way this man should have a Def Jam record deal or whoever the hell it is.
Man, I listen to a lot of rappers and I'm like, bro, there's no way.
No.
And then like, and it be crazy because their music be like hopping though.
Jello is on the Rap Life playlist on Apple Music. He's getting placements. He's getting placements. Like, what are we talking about right now? I did like the halftime performance with, you know, they had all the Bay Area artists, Saweetie, E40, Too Short, I think Raphael Sadiq. That was cool. I really can't think of any point of any All-Star Weekend highlight or moment that really stood out to me. It was like, oh yeah, that was the shit. That wasn't the year. This wasn't the year.
Yeah.
My favorite part of All-Star Weekend was seeing Cade Cunningham get a transition done. That was it.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. That they definitely gonna have to fix that for sure.
No, it died.
Hey,
for our viewers, man, did the new format work? Did the new format work? What y'all think? Or what was your favorite moment from this All-Star Weekend? Hit us up in the comments.
I'm seeing a lot of people say that they liked it. As far as just who I've been talking to on and off social media, I was seeing about half and half mixed reviews. Some people really, really enjoyed it. Some people did not. We already stated our view on it, but yeah, I don't know. I'm ready for the NBA season to start back up.
March
About to hit the
Madness is
home.
on its way, man.
Yeah, that too.
March Madness is on its way. I know one game I did watch on Sunday, and I was like, whoa.
South Carolina.
Yeah, they got handled.
Yeah.
I've been seeing them too. So the 3 top teams that I've seen them play, probably they're going to have them in the tournament. If they get it far enough, they're going to have to see one of them again. I'll say 4. Out of those 4 teams that they played this year, they've got handled by 3 out of the 4.
Is that right? I haven't really been tapped in with women's college.
They got handled by UCLA.
Yeah.
They got handled. Now, they did beat Texas once, but then they came back in Texas. They came back, and I think they played Texas in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And they got handled then. And then they just got handled on Sunday by UConn. It wasn't even close.
I saw a clip of Paige Beckers. They was about to interview her after the game, and she was not going for it. I felt so bad for her.
But right now, I would say how everybody's playing, way too soon Final Four. In the men,
give it to us.
In the men's, I'm gonna have to go Duke because I'm because I'm a fan. I'm gonna have to go Duke. I'm gonna have to go Auburn.
I can see that.
One of the teams out of the Big 12. And I say Houston. I say Houston could get there. And then like a dark horse, I say St. John's.
Kansas, how are they this year? Kansas, I know
Kansas is banned from everything. Kansas sucks, bro.
What about
Baylor? They were like preseason number 1 too.
Were they?
Yeah, I think they were like preseason number 1.
Part of the reason I'm so tapped out when it comes to college basketball is because I am a UNC Tar Heel fan, and we have not, or they rather, have not given fans anything this season. So,
it's crazy how the SEC is now. I think they transitioned because they know they're not a football conference no more. Shout out to the Big Ten.
Oh, wait.
But they are actually the best conference in college basketball.
SEC?
Yeah, they're deep.
Yeah, top to bottom they are.
They're deep.
And you know what? They can have it. As long as the Big Ten continues to be good at football, they can have basketball.
As long as the Big Ten keep bringing home trophies. I feel like for the women's, my way too early Final Four, I would have to say Notre Dame, UCLA. And I feel like Texas and South Carolina is going to end up having to play one of those teams before they get there. Notre Dame's dangerous. I think
Notre Dame is really good.
I think that I can't. It's hard to root against South Carolina. But this year I think Notre Dame and UCLA, even UConn, I feel like those 3 teams have the best chances to be in the championship game. To me.
Okay.
That little
Once
point
again,
guard. That little point guard from Notre Dame.
Hidalgo.
Yeah,
she's a beast, dude.
Yeah, she's nice, and they got Olivia Miles, Maddie Westbell. They got a lot of pieces over there. UCLA been just like their 3rd year together, so I feel like that too. When you start building continuity like that, I feel like that's when you start to you know how to win.
Yeah, you see, part of the reason why South Carolina has been as good as they are, it's for that exact reason.
You know how to win. But yeah, man. Other than that, man, so it was something. It's crazy. It's something I was thinking about today.
What's that?
And it's kind of ironic how I feel like the question that we got in our comment, going back to that, well, the question was asked how we feel about men getting back into an abusive relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And that meaning, obviously, that he's getting abused in some kind of way. How does he feel? And how we went into saying, know your worth. And then not only that, I feel like this will reach like some viewers. And we talked a lot this was a show geared towards reviewing the All-Star weekend, but I never want to get away from just giving somebody some food for thought.
Right.
Because, when you pull up to this table, man, it's all set out for you. And I feel like,
You gonna eat.
yeah, you going to eat. And I feel like that main dish that I wanted to give today is to tell people that are struggling with whatever it is that they're struggling with. You may have been feeling lost lately. Like no matter how hard you try, it's never enough. And life keeps just throwing punches at you. And you don't even know if you have the strength to swing back anymore. But I feel like, let me remind you of something. You didn't come this far just to break. You survived the things that should have destroyed you. People have walked away from you. You've taken losses. You've had moments where you question everything. But look at you. You're still here.
Man.
You're still breathing. So what that means is your story isn't over.
Amen.
A good Bible verse that I pay attention to a lot is Jeremiah 1:5. And it says, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. And before you were born, I set you apart. So I want to ask you, like, do you hear exactly what that's saying? You were set apart before you even got here. So that means you were created with purpose, with power, and with something that the world needs. So why are you letting doubt convince you that you're not enough? And why are you letting fear keep you small? And why are you settling for less than the life that you were created for? So I feel like I just wanted to take this time to tell you, like, you are not your past. And trust me, I have firsthand knowledge on this. You are not your pain. You are not the mistakes you made. But what you are is chosen. And what you are is strong. And what you are is worthy for everything that you have coming your way. And the only thing standing between you and the life that you deserve is believing it. It's you. So I just ask anybody seeing this, anybody that does see this, lift your head up, walk like you know who you are, speak like you know you have a purpose, and move like you know you are built for more, because you are. And I just feel like somebody needed to hear this today, or whenever it is that they hear that. So if that is you, share this, save this, play this back every time you forget. And never, ever forget you were made for something greater. Let's make faith, purpose, and self-worth a big part in our life. Remember who you are, and you are set apart. And remember to walk in your purpose. That's what I had to say, man.
So, to piggyback off that, beautiful words, Mark, honestly. To piggyback off your statement, everybody in the NBA needs to listen to that. So next year, when they switch the format back, you know who you are. You are a professional basketball player. Okay? Professional. When you are
hundreds of millions of dollars.
When you are a professional, that means you show up even when you don't feel like it. You know what I'm saying? That's your profession. That's your line of work. It's your duty to treat it as such. Y'all stop cheating the game that we love.
Please.
I was never good enough to play at a high level at basketball, but trust me, it's in me. You know what I'm saying? I really, really, truly do love the game of basketball, and that's my spiel for the day. It's for all those professionals in the National Basketball Association. Stop cheating the game. Stop cheating the fans, because quite frankly, the only reason you guys are as rich as you are is because of us. And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Any other final thoughts?
Let's give some predictions as far as the home stretch goes of the NBA season. Who do we see in June playing that 7-game series for the Larry O'Brien Trophy?
Lakers, Cavs.
Lakers, Cavs. Who wins and how many games?
Lakers in 6. LeBron walks away with number 5.
I like that. I definitely want to see the Lakers in it. I'm not gonna lie, but my basketball mind, if I had to pick somebody to represent the East and the West in the NBA Finals, is OKC and Boston. And I got
for
Boston.
Some reason why, I don't know why, I was thinking you was about to say the Pistons. Bro, I was waiting on it, bro. I was about to say, come on, bro. Yeah.
I'm being objective, man. I'm being a real pundit right now. I'm giving you my basketball. Seriously, I got OKC Boston. I see Boston repeating. I like the Cavs in the East. I just don't trust the Cavs in the playoffs. Because they can't do nothing with Boston every time they play Boston. More than likely, that's who they'll see in the conference finals. OKC. I mean, I go through the West. You got OKC. I don't know the standings. I don't know the particular order, but you got
Have
OKC.
they played Boston since they got DeAndre Hunter?
Who?
The Cavs.
No.
That's the difference maker, bro.
It is a difference maker. I forgot about him. They got him from Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
But I got who you got in the West, right? You got OKC, you got Houston, you got Memphis, you got Denver, you got LA. The only two teams I trust in that entire equation is Denver and Denver and OKC. I want to see LeBron get another ring. That roster, has not been able to gel yet with Luka. We don't know what that's really gonna look like down the stretch. I can't trust Houston. They kind of too early in their window. I can't trust Memphis. They're still too early in their window. Denver.
So right now, the top 4 teams in the West right now: OKC, Memphis, Denver, and you got to say Houston, LA, because they're pretty much tied.
Right? Yeah. Like half game, I think.
Yeah. Do we really trust OKC?
I mean, out of all those teams, that's the team I trust the most, just off of their regular season this year. It would have to be OKC and LA. I do think in a 7-game series though, Hartenstein and Chet, it would. What is LA gonna do with them? So, that's what it would come down to for me.
And then in the East, the top 4, Cleveland, Boston, New York, and honestly, Indiana, Milwaukee, and Detroit are all right there.
Yeah.
For that,
Yeah.
for that 4th spot. So, Ben, I know that's your guys. Don't trust Detroit past the first round.
I would tell a betting person that do not bet on us to get past the first round. Hold on real quick. My expectation for Detroit, as far as the playoff goes, I want to see us push it to 6-7 games with whoever we play with. I feel like Bickerstaff has us competitive enough where if we play a New York Knicks in the first round, we can get a couple games out of them for sure.
I trust Milwaukee.
Oh, for sure.
I trust Milwaukee because you give me a healthy Giannis and you give me a healthy Dame. I think they can make some noise, some kind of noise.
Can we talk about Kyle Kuzma?
I think he's been gone away from playing in the shadow of a superstar long enough to understand now coming back. I feel like he could fit in better.
He's going to be grateful for being a third option.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? He was in purgatory in Washington, having to be the main scorer. People are really, really underrating how nice of an addition Kyle Kuzma is to that team.
Who's your dark horse you think that could catch fire this second half of the NBA season after all the trades?
I'm not even being funny when I say this, the Detroit basketball Pistons. I'm not even being funny when I say it. I feel like they did what they should have did during the trade deadline and getting a veteran and Dennis Schroeder, who's just going to bring more leadership to that locker room. And one of the things I saw, going into the All-Star break, and I know their win streak was against subpar teams, but what I saw was a level of intensity, especially on the defensive end. I do think that Detroit has potential to get in one of those top 4 slots in the East, man. I think it can happen.
Yeah.
And that will be a hell of a success for Detroit. Don't get swept in the playoffs, though. But getting a top 4 slot from being dead last in the basement, in the entire NBA, it's a hell of a year, bro. And definitely gives you something to build on, going into the next year. But that's my question. My answer is Detroit.
I think I like that. And not just like that, but I think the Lakers got a chance. I think they're going to get closer. They're going to be up there close. I think they might even
Lakers.
Yeah. Depending on the health, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And then depending on their post play, which we know that's kind of
lacking.
Yeah.
if the Lakers had a post player, even a mid-level post player, I would be big on that.
But I feel like Alex Lynn and Jackson Hayes could do something, get in the way.
I mean, Jackson Hayes definitely has shown to, make plays at times when the
And
ball
somebody
comes his
might
way.
get bought out, so we gonna see.
They talked about that too. They talked about the dude that they tried to trade for getting bought out.
Yeah, Mark Williams.
Mm-hmm.
I think they one, they wanted him, and two, they need him.
They need him for sure. If a Mark Williams and you get to keep Dalton Connect as well, let them get Mark Williams and keep perimeter shooting and have a Luka and LeBron running the show. The Lakers can come out of the West, bro. Like I said, we talked about this off camera. We talked about this on the phone. I don't want them to play Denver. If they play Denver, it might be bad. But other than that, I just think Denver just match up very well with the Lakers, bro.
Man, I don't know. I think they'll give Denver the business in 7 games.
You think so? I would like to think that, but years past they showed us that. Last time
he also didn't have a Luka.
He didn't. But that boy Jokic.
No, that's a difference maker, bro.
What you do with a player averaging a triple-double, Mark? What you
that's
gonna
like
do with
having
that?
LeBron and a half on the court.
Who, Luka?
Yeah.
And then Jamal Murray is a Laker killer, bro.
And they got defense for him now. We're gonna put Jared Vanderbilt on him. You said.
If they can avoid Denver, I really think they got a path to the finals. But man, we have to see. I don't trust nobody in the West.
I feel like if it's not Denver or the Lakers that get to the finals, then the champion's coming out of the East.
I could see Boston winning it this year. If Cleveland want to show up against Boston, I could see them winning it because damn, Cleveland is just complete at every position, bro.
Yeah, they are. Cleveland's nice. Cleveland's nice.
They got shooting, they got ball handling.
Wouldn't that be a story for LeBron to get a championship against
the Cavaliers? It could happen this year.
Hey, man. This just in. I forgot something, man.
What we got? What's up?
So, all right. What do you think about the PND Drake album?
Let's get into it. All right. Let's give this segment 10 minutes because then I gotta go be a dad. At first, I thought it was hot garbage. I'm still not big on it, but I will say there are some songs that I can listen to and not get annoyed on there.
Yeah.
There's only 3 actually. Deeper, Give Me a Hug, and Raining in Houston. Those songs solid in any year on any day. The rest of it really just be bugging the fuck out of me. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like it.
I haven't really got into it that much, but it's some cool songs on there.
Yeah.
I think it was just funny, man. The trolls. The trolls on that was hilarious, bro.
Go rap beef. I'm trying to get the party lit. Drake, he needs to take a break. I've been saying that for a long time. Yeah, bro. Like, I was talking to the bro Jew. He was like, yeah, maybe he could just do features for a year. No, nigga. Don't even do features. Literally, go sit down, go take care of your family for a good year or 2. Let your legacy do the work for you because, Drake has classics. We not even going to touch on the beef with Kendrick Lamar and all that because it didn't ruin his body of work from about 09, 08 to recently. All those things are cemented. And I'm Team Kendrick when it comes to that. And I'm saying all those things are cemented. However, there does come a point in time where you start to water down your substance. And I think that's where Drake is right now. But on a scale of 1 to 10, if I'm rating the album 10 being like ultra classic, timeless, 1 being hot garbage, I'm going to give it a 4 or 5. A smooth 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Because off the strength of it being a Drake and B&D album, that's it, really.
I'm ready for some new Cole.
I love Cole, man. I'm still salty about how he handled the beef with Drake. Not that he apologized, because I give him credence. I'll give him credit for that. But, like, bro, you should have just kept it private for real. You ain't even have to tell us.
That he squashed it.
Yeah, like I just, how I am, Mark. I'm, non-violent, but also I got pride. I'm like, fuck that shit. Like, I didn't like how I looked. I could definitely use some new code, but you know what I'm ready for? Is a whole new batch of rappers. Where they at?
Yeah.
Where they
Right
at?
now, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna say this: there's catchy music,
That's it. No meat on the bone.
but there's nothing like this. Man, the quality of music that came out 08, 09, 2010, 2011.
Nowhere near that. Nowhere near. You hate to see it too.
Yeah, man.
But well, you said you really didn't listen to the album, right?
No, I did. I ain't really listened to it yet.
Go ahead and spin it and give me your take, next time we link up on an episode. But I will say, we are millennials. We was both born in 1992. We grew up listening to Drake. We was in parties, listening to Party Next Door, all that. That's our music. Definitely not what I would have expected from a Party and Drake album. I'll say that. Definitely.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna spin. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take my time spinning. Next time I'm gonna have to give I will definitely hit back and let you know what I think of it.
Yes, sir.
Do that. But per usual, thanks for pulling up to the table, because at Everybody Eats, there's always a seat for those who's ready to feast. Because at the end of the day, we know everybody eats when you pull up to this table, but only the ones who put in the work get that full plate. And if you're not at the table, then more than likely you're on the menu. Stay sharp, stay hungry. I'm out.
Hey, say bye, 3.
Bye.
Yeah.